essays. And yes, I know, essays are boring. They're so boring, but I love this one. This one is Politics and the English Language by George Orwell. Now, there's a bit of a funny story behind why I like this essay specifically, and why I bought the hard copy version. I mean, technically it's a soft cover, but you know why I bought the physical version. When I was in high school, there was a period in my biology class where I wasn't doing any work, and I was very, very bored. And so I had looked up politics, and in my searching on the school computers, I found this book, and it was an online digital version for free. And I read the entire thing. I read the whole thing, front to back, in biology. And it opened my eyes wide open to better writing, to better my writing, and I think it really did pay off. So I would like to read this for you today, at least some parts of it, because it means a lot to me, and I like the way it's worded. The story behind this book is that George Orwell, who, as you know, wrote 1984, he was sort of disgusted at the way that modern English was being written and being spoken, but more so written, in the political sphere. So he outlines the things that leads to the decline of the English language in those spheres. It's quite interesting, actually, and it can apply outside of political writing. I'll begin. Politics and the English language. Most people who bother with the matter at all would admit that the English language is in a bad way, but it is generally assumed that we cannot, by conscious action, do anything about it. Our civilization is decadent, and our language, so the argument runs, must inevitably share in the general collapse. It follows that any struggle against the abuse of language is a sentimental archaism, like preferring candles to electric light, or hansom cabs to aeroplanes. Underneath this lies the half-conscious belief that language is a natural growth and not an instrument which we shape for our own purposes. Now it is clear that the decline of a language must ultimately have political and economic causes. It is not due simply to the bad influences of this or that individual writer, but an effect can become a cause, reinforcing the original cause and producing the same effect in an intensified form, and so on indefinitely. A man may take to a drink because he feels himself to be a failure, and then fail all the more completely because he drinks. It is rather the same thing that is happening to the English language. It becomes ugly and inaccurate because our thoughts are foolish, but the slovenliness of our language makes it easier for us to have foolish thoughts. The point is that the process is reversible. Modern English, especially written English, is full of bad habits which spread by imitation and which can be avoided if one is willing to take the necessary trouble. If one gets rid of these habits, one can think more clearly, and to think clearly is a necessary first step towards political regeneration. So that the fight against bad English is not frivolous, and is not the exclusive concern of professional writers. I will come back to this presently, and I hope that by that time, the meaning of what I have said here will have become clearer. Meanwhile, here are 5 specimens of the English language as it is now habitually written. These 5 passages have not been picked out because they are especially bad. I could have quoted far worse if I had chosen, but because they illustrate various of the mental vices from which we now suffer. They are a little below the average, but are fairly representative samples. I number them so I can refer back to them when necessary. And of course, I won't continue because that was a page and a half, and this book is how many pages? 24 it looks like. So I will not be continuing with the rest of it. I know, sad day, but it is free online. So I would recommend, if you are interested in this sort of boring writing, or if you want to get better at writing, or you just have heard of George Orwell, you've read 1984, Animal Farm, and you want to read some more of his work, check out his essays, check out this essay, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it, because again, this means a lot, and so I just decided to read that and give you guys a nice speaking ASMR.